Hello my dear students. A number of students has the query regarding how we can calculate the factor income from abroad. So this is the basic problem of most of the students. They know how to calculate GDP MP. So why they face the problem factor income from abroad? Because one thing that in the data that is given, and that is known as GNPFC. So basically some of the students use gross national product at factor cost, and that is already given, and due to that you face the problem. So here you should not touch before the calculating the same thing. Is it clear? So here we find that profit, exports, compensation of employees, gross national product at factor cost, net current transfer from abroad. So net current transfer will not included in national income or domestic income. So this data directly cut by us. Now the rent, interest, factor income to abroad, net indirect taxes, net domestic capital formation, gross domestic fixed capital formation, and change in stock. So all the components will be used either to calculate domestic income or in the calculation of national income. But here we are going to explain, or we are going to calculate GDP at MP through income method, because most of the components are related to income method. So first of all we will calculate NDPFC. So NDPFC is equal to, we know that first compensation of employees, and according to this data that is given in point number 3, so write down compensation of employees, that is on 3 plus second is the operating surplus, and operating surplus is not given in this data, so we will calculate the operating surplus with the help of its component, and the component of operating surplus is rent, interest, profit and royalty. So here there are 3 are given. So first, that is the profit, so point number 1, plus rent, that is given in the point number 6, plus interest, that is given on the point number 7. Okay, now we have nothing. Third component is the mixed income of self-employed, that is not given in our data, so we do not touch it. So here we will add all 3, that is the compensation of employees 1500 plus profit 500 plus rent 300 plus interest 400. Is it clear? So when we will add, that is 2700. So 1500 plus 500, 2000, 2300, 2700. So what we have calculated? NDPFC. But we have to calculate GDP MP. So GDP MP is equal to NDPFC. So N will be converted into G by adding depreciation. Okay, now domestic is also, product is also, FC will be converted into MP by adding NIT, net indirect taxes. So here NDP we have already calculated, that is the 2700 plus depreciation directly it is not given. So we will calculate the depreciation from here. This is the most important. So in case of expenditure method, we have discussed that gross domestic capital formation. Listen carefully. Gross domestic capital formation is equal to gross domestic fixed capital formation plus change in stock. So gross domestic capital formation can be calculated fixed capital formation plus change in stock. So that is the gross domestic capital formation. And here that is also given net domestic capital formation. So gross minus net. Gross minus net is equal to depreciation. So gross domestic capital formation is equal to gross domestic fixed capital formation, that is the 700 plus, here that is the word fixed, that's why we have added change in stock, it is 50 minus net domestic capital formation, that is 650. So 750 minus 650 is equal to 100 and it is our depreciation. So in this way we can calculate depreciation. So here the depreciation will become 100 plus NIT, that is given net indirect taxes, that is 250. Is it clear? So here we will find 250 plus 100, 350 means 3050. That is your answer. And if here that is we have taken the rupees, so the answer will also be rupees 3050. Or if the unit will be lakhs, we will write down here lakhs. If it is Arab, we can write down Arab. So in this way we have calculated GDP MP. Okay. Now come to the factor income from abroad. How we can calculate factor income from abroad? So here to calculate it, we will have to come on gross national product at factor cost, that is already given. So given gross national product GNPFC is equal to 2800. That is already given. Okay. Now first of all we will have to also calculate GNP and FC. So GNP FC is equal to what will, how we can calculate? So we have already calculated NDP FC. So GNP FC is equal to NDP FC plus GN will be converted into G by adding depreciation. Now domestic will be calculated in the national by adding NFYA or IA. Okay. So NDPFC we have already calculated 2700 plus depreciation, that is we have already calculated, it is 100. Okay. Plus net factor income from abroad we have to calculate, but here factor income to abroad is given. Look here in the 8 number point, factor income to abroad. So if it is given to abroad, it means minus factor income to abroad. So that will be subtracted, and it is how much? 120. Is it clear? So the value will be 2800 minus 120 is equal to 0862. Is it clear? So 2800 minus 120 is equal to 0.87. So 2680. It is calculated. Calculated GNP FC. So the difference between difference between given GNPFC and calculated GNPFC. So given that is 2800 minus calculated 2680. So what will be the answer? So 2800 minus 2680 is equal to 021. That is 120 rupees.